The exercises that actually build lasting strength are rarely the ones you see people doing at the gym. Everyone's chasing the flashy movements, the heavy bench press, the loaded squats, the bicep curls in the mirror. But the results you're genuinely looking for? They're sitting on the other side of a blind spot most people never look past. Today, I'm going to give you 6 movements. They look boring on paper. Some of them don't even require a single piece of equipment. But done consistently, they deliver a kind of strength that shows up when it actually counts, not just under a barbell, but in real life. Let's get into it. The first exercise is the hollow body hold, and it is the exercise that exposes every weakness your body has been quietly hiding. You lie flat on your back. Before you raise anything off the ground, take a breath in, and as you exhale, gently draw your lower abdomen inward, as if you're bracing for a light punch. That's your transverse abdominis engaging. It's the deepest layer of your core, and activating it first is the cue that makes everything else work. From there, press your lower back firmly into the floor. Raise your legs to about 30 degrees. Lift your head and shoulders just off the ground, arms reaching long past your ears. The goal is a single curved line, from your fingertips all the way to your toes, with nothing sagging in the middle. Now here's why this matters more than most people realize. Your core isn't just your abs. It is the central link between every upper and lower body movement you make. When that link is weak, everything else in your body compensates around it. Your lower back picks up the slack. Your hips tighten to stabilize what your core should be handling. That tightness you feel after a long day on your feet, or after a few hours in a car. That is often not a posture problem. That is a core stability problem. And the hollow body hold addresses it at the root. Start with 20-second holds and work your way toward a full minute as your body learns to maintain the position without shaking out of it. The second exercise is the dead hang, and it is one of the most overlooked strength builders in existence. You grip a pull-up bar with both hands, let your feet leave the ground, and simply hang. Your shoulders decompress, your spine lengthens, and your grip is forced to work harder than it's probably worked in months. Most people discover within the first 15 seconds that their hands are the weakest link. And that discovery matters more than they realize. Grip strength is one of the most reliable indicators of how well your body is functioning overall. When it starts to slip, things you do every day start to feel slightly harder, in ways that are easy to dismiss, until they're not. The dead hang rebuilds that strength at the source. And it also creates length and space through the shoulders and lats that no amount of stretching alone can replicate. One critical cue: keep your shoulders active, not completely passive. You should feel a slight engagement across the top of your back, rather than fully dumping into the joints. That engagement is what turns a passive stretch into an active strength builder. Aim for 3 sets of 20 to 30-second holds. As your grip develops over the coming weeks, push those holds longer before you rest. That tension you carry in your shoulders after a few hours at a desk, the way your upper back rounds forward no matter how often you try to correct it, the dead hang pulls all of that in the opposite direction. With nothing more than gravity and your own body weight. You've done push-ups before. Probably hundreds of them. And if they stopped feeling challenging a long time ago, the problem is almost certainly not the exercise, it's the speed. Slowing a push-up down to a 4 or 5 second descent changes everything about what your muscles are being asked to do. The regular push-up and the slow tempo version are barely the same exercise. Here's why. When you lower yourself quickly, momentum does a portion of the work. When you slow it down, momentum disappears entirely. Your chest, shoulders, and triceps have to carry the full load for every single inch of that descent. Set up in a standard push-up position, body in a straight line from your head through your heels. Lower yourself over 4 to 5 seconds. Pause briefly at the bottom without resting your chest on the floor. Then press back up at a normal pace. 6 to 8 reps done this way will leave your muscles more fatigued than 20 reps at normal speed. And that is exactly the point. But it goes even deeper than that. The slow tempo push-up teaches your body to stay stable under load through a full range of motion. That stability is what protects your shoulders when you reach overhead. It's what keeps your elbows healthy when you carry heavy things. And it's what makes your upper body feel genuinely reliable in the moments when you actually need it to be. Most people have a movement their body quietly avoids without them fully realizing it. For a large number of people, that movement is any kind of hip hinge. Not because it's dangerous, but because somewhere along the way, the body decided it didn't trust it. And so it tightens up, rounds forward, or shortens the range of motion without asking permission. The Romanian deadlift is the exercise that directly retrains that trust. Hold a pair of dumbbells or a barbell in front of your thighs. Hinge at the hip by pushing them back, rather than bending at the waist. Lower the weight along your legs until you feel a deep pull through your hamstrings, then drive your hips forward to return to standing. Think about this: every time you bend down to pick something up, load the car, or reach toward the floor, your body is performing a version of this pattern. When the pattern is weak or unfamiliar, your lower back fills the gap and pays the price. When the pattern is strong, your hips handle the load the way they are designed to, and your lower back is finally free to do its actual job. Keep a soft bend in your knees throughout, and focus on feeling your hamstrings load as the weight descends, rather than just moving it through the range. 10 to 12 reps per set. Choose a weight where the last 2 or 3 reps feel genuinely earned, without your form starting to break down. There is a version of leg strength that shows up in real life, and a version that mostly shows up in the gym. The difference between them is whether your body has learned to handle one leg at a time. Bilateral movements like squats build strength with both legs working together, which is useful. But the moment you climb a flight of stairs, step off a curb, or push up from a low seat, you are working one leg while the other transitions. That's where a lot of people quietly discover a gap they didn't know they had. The step up closes that gap. Stand in front of a box or a sturdy bench. Place one foot fully on the surface and drive through that heel to lift your entire body up, rather than pushing off the back foot. Pushing off the back foot turns the movement into an assist. Driving through the front heel turns it into a true single-leg strength exercise. Those are two completely different things. Start with body weight and 10 to 12 reps on each side. Once that feels controlled rather than effortful, add a dumbbell in each hand and feel the difference immediately. Stairs feel different. Getting up from a low chair feels different. The confidence your body has in its own legs starts to shift, in a way that's hard to explain until you feel it yourself. Here's something most people don't realize: the pulling muscles across your upper back are almost certainly weaker than the pushing muscles in your chest and shoulders. And that imbalance is one of the main reasons so many people carry constant tension between their shoulder blades, feel their posture slowly rounding forward, and find that their upper body fatigues faster than it should. The sixth and final exercise is the inverted row, and it works for almost every body, regardless of where your strength currently is. Set a bar at about hip height. Position yourself underneath it, grip it with both hands, and with your body in a straight line from your heels to your head, pull your chest up to the bar. The more horizontal your body, the harder the movement becomes. Which means you can make it exactly as challenging as your current level demands. But here's what's happening beneath the surface: every rep of the inverted row is teaching your shoulder blades to move the way they are supposed to. It retrains the muscles that keep your shoulders sitting in the right position and reduces the pull that constantly drags them forward. Over time, that shows up as better posture, less tension through the neck and upper back, and a body that simply feels more organized, and less like it's working against itself. 3 sets is enough to feel this one the next day. Focus on quality over quantity. And make sure you're squeezing your shoulder blades together at the top of each pull, rather than just getting your chest to the bar. That squeeze is where the postural benefit lives. 6 exercises. No flashy equipment. No complicated programming. Just foundational movement that builds the kind of strength that actually transfers into your life. Start with 1. Do it consistently. And pay attention to how differently your body begins to move.